Jada is back at it here to give everyone on their Dexter Season 1 episode review video. Before I get to that, though, pretty important, if you're not caught up to the point where I am, you're rewatching or watching Dexter, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description for you. If that happens to be the case and you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further, simply to stay away from any potential spoilers. This would be Dexter Season 1, Episode 7. Title of this episode is called Circle of Friends. This would be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. It starts off at a crime scene with Dexter kind of in a trance looking at the actual crime scene itself. And Doak says to Dexter he swears to Christ he's submitting his ass for psychic evaluation. After that, Dexter is looking at the body and notices the stab wound on the slash wound on the wrist looks familiar, like the Jeremy case. And Doak says, "What? You getting a hard on there, Morgan?" And then another funny line, a little bit later on the episode, Dokes just walks up to Dexter and says, "Where's my blood report out, Sparky?" I know he wanted a blood report, but why did he call him Sparky? I'm not sure why he said that. I don't know. I'm sure there's a hidden meaning to that. Of course, also in the episode, Deb and Batista identify the ice truck killer as Neil Perry, who is a taxidermist with a history of violent mental illness and tendencies. And when they arrest Neil Perry, he eventually confesses to the crimes. However, Dexter later meets Neil Perry and suspects he's just really not telling the truth, and this can't be the guy. More on that later. LaGuerta sees Perry's arrest as a way to advance her career, and Captain Tom Matthews takes the credit, which really pisses Maria off. Deb approaches Rudy, who is at Tony Tucci's party of sorts, as he is a prosthetic manufacturer who works at the hospital, and they decide to go on a date, or they agree to go on a date with each other, as Rudy is his doctor, of course. Also, Rita tries to adjust herself when Paul, her, of course, recently paroled husband, shows up to visit their children. Aster and Cody, he says and claims that he absolutely loves them. Dexter tries to cover up a past mistake when Jeremy Downs, who we mentioned earlier, a victim who he allowed to escape because he was raped by someone, is again arrested for murder. And Dexter confronts him in the police interrogation room and asks why he killed again. And Jeremy, he admits that he can't feel anything, and he thought that killing would bring him something different. And Dexter tells Jeremy that he is the same way and tells him to only kill people who deserve to die. So he's trying to bond with this guy, and I don't think he really knows. Jeremy Downs really knows what Dexter really is trying to do, because he is a full-blown serial killer. So Rita tells Paul that if he can handle supervised visits for 6 months, then she might consider letting him have unsupervised visitations with Aster and Cody. When she hands him the divorce papers giving these conditions, Paul actually signs them very quickly. And then Dexter wants to give Jeremy more of a guiding light, but then learns that he actually committed suicide in prison. He followed Dexter's advice and killed someone who actually deserved to die. Dexter is highly disappointed that the ice truck killer was nothing more than a mentally disturbed psychopath. He requests to see him so he can ask some questions. And then when Neil Perry comes in the room and he kind of goes to Dexter, "Who are you?" And then Dexter realizes and is relieved to find out that Neil Perry is definitely not the ice truck killer. And that's how the episode ends. So pretty good stuff in this episode of Dexter. As far as a score of this episode, I'm going to give it an 8.7 out of 10. And the character of the episode, I want to give it to Dokes, but it wasn't Dokes because he really didn't do a lot other than say funny things. Deb is again the character of the episode. You could give it to Tom Matthews, but he only just took credit during the press conference. That was it. But that was a sly, sneaky move by Captain Matthews. So you've heard what I have to say, and now it is your turn. So if you're a fan of Dexter or Dexter New Blood or maybe even American Psycho or anything on JDev TV, to help the channel with the YouTube algorithm, would you please smash that like button? If you know anybody that would be interested in any Dexter content, or if you want to share this video across your social media platforms, please do so. And of course, don't forget to sound off in the comment section. I want to hear what you think about this episode too. Let me know what you would score the episode and whom would be your standout character of the episode. I mean, you don't, Dexter can be it, but I try to avoid giving that to Dexter because otherwise he would just be the character of the episode in every episode. Since we have a good amount of characters, it's good to choose. Deb seems to be winning it too much, though. I thought I didn't like her as a character in the early seasons. I don't know. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, I definitely want to grow the channel, and it's kind of being stagnant right now. Ever since Dexter New Blood ended, it's not really gaining traction. That's okay, but I definitely want to grow it. So if you're not a subscriber already, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.